Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, November 28th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. So we had a sell signal last week when we closed below the 187.87 channel bottom that is anticipating 159.93 as a near-term objective. Near-term for me is like 2 to 3 weeks. So this is not a significant sell signal, but nonetheless, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, expecting the formation that is rising and now at 159.93 will be in the 160s next week. And so that is the play. And if we do close back above the 187.87 formation, I would also want to see that on the daily chart at 188.68. The market has rejected that sell signal, likely to continue on into the 219, 229 region. Over the following, that could be a 3 to 5 week pop. That could be by the end of the year, perhaps, if we were to close over the next week or so or two above the 187.87 formation. And what we find at 187.87 on the weekly chart is 188.68 on the daily chart. Now we're kind of getting into the day itself. And, we do have this, where are you, 178.16. That is a pivot point for the day and really into early next week. That is the high of the low. We are above it now. There's also very consistent today. They're like just a few ticks apart. If you recall, on Wednesday's letter, we had just a short-term descending channel top that we did close pretty much right at, maybe just above on Wednesday, and so it drops to 178 and change just above this level. So we like 178.16 as a pivot point, above which we can, over the next 1 to 3 days, push into this 187.87 to 188.68 area, where we can top out through December, or at least well into December. Let's put it that way, because following a test of 187.87, we can fall back within 2 to 3 weeks to the 159.93 formation. If we were, once again, to close today, for instance, which I think is unlikely, but if, for instance, we did close above the, where is it? I want to show it properly. Above 188.68. That would be quite a rally today. I'm not expecting this, but if so, then we shift back into the bullish camp, if you will, anticipating within, there's your 187.87, anticipating the very next day, 192.10. I'll get to that in a moment. But really, if we do close back above this 187.87, 188.68, it is this 214.20 formation and climbing ever so gradually that I would consider to be a 3 to 5 week target.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Now, 192.10 is also a level that is a meaningful upward pivot point. You could, for instance, if you're reluctant to buy the settlement above 188.68, these former channel bottoms, then you might wait for a secondary buy signal. I'm not going to say it's more reliable because it's not necessarily. I do think that the market is telling us something if it closes back above 187.87 today at the end of the week, or any day above this area on 188.68. It is telling us no interest in continuing south, at least for the time being, into the upper 150s, but rather likely to continue moving higher as we move into later December to 214.20. And yes, closing above 192.10 is a secondary buy signal. So you could, there's one scenario, these are actually kind of converging now over the next few days. So there is a scenario where we close above 188.68, you exit any short position you may have established over the 2 to 3 week time frame. And if we close above 192.10, you enter a long position over the same 2 to 3 week time frame, anticipating 214.20. It's about as simple as that. Let's go back to this chart. I'm just going to say that if we close today below 178.16, that would be par for the course, so to speak. That would be consistent with the 2 to 3 week sell signal we still find ourselves in over the last week or so. This 162.40 descending channel bottom in reach within Well, by the end of next week, we could actually test this 162.40 channel bottom, which is now converging with our overall objective of 161.34. 161.34 is on the daily chart, that which we find on the weekly chart at 159.93. And it really is this area that can absorb selling through the rest of the year. This is a longer-term channel bottom, 7 or 8 month channel bottom, well suited to contain selling through the first quarter, and from here we can round up within several months into that 219-229 area that I've been mentioning. If we were to test the low 160s, 2 to 3 week swing traders can cover any short position that may have been established over the last week, and even reverse go long for a 2 to 3 week rotation into the upper 180s and climbing. And finally, if over the coming weeks we close below 159.93, all bets are off. I would expect within 2 to 3 months, bearish continuation to this significant long-term channel bottom at 119.82. This spans a couple of years. It is the trend-defining support for NVIDIA. This entire incredible move that we've seen over the last couple of years, the momentum of that move remains intact above 119.82. Let's see. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Please click like, share, subscribe. I'll be back on Sunday with Monday's NVIDIA report. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. I am going to leave it at that for Mondays. I'm sorry. I'm thinking ahead here. I'll leave it at that for Friday's NVIDIA report. You have a great weekend.